France meets Texas. So the French flag's one of the six flags that's over Texas. So from 1685 to 1689, there was a small French colony in Texas. This is the French flag here. The colony was established by Robert de La Salle. De La Salle came to Texas or to the Gulf of Mississippi of Mexico, attempting to reach Mississippi. And he stopped along these little areas on the way and tried to take over them or name them after King Louis. And attempting to claim the land, he established small colonies such as Fort St. Louis, which is shown below, which did not stick. And I believe is now called Enos, Texas. Because of the French expedition, much of the French culture remains. I'm not familiar with the area of San Antonio too much, but I do know in parts of Houston and that area along the line of the Gulf, there is a lot of French culture, such as Creole. Here it tells you more than 30% are French Cajun, 20 to 30% are French Cajun, 15 to 20% French Cajun, and more than 10%. So depending on the area on the map, and that I believe that area is growing now because there is a lot of French culture in the Houston area, and there is a lot of Creole people in Texas or in that area that I'm aware of as well that speak French Creole, which is a dialect of French and like the southern Louisiana Creole. The Franco-Texan Bill was introduced into the Texas Congress on January 12th, 1841 by two Frenchmen, Jean-Pierre Hippolyte Basterecci and Pierre François de la Sauce. The bill was an act to incorporate the Franco-Texian Commercial and Colonization Company that called for the company to introduce 8,000 families to establish and maintain 20 forts for 20 years in return for a grant of 3 million acres from the Republic of Texas, and exemption of the settlers from all taxes and tariffs for a period of 20 years. So this was their attempt to integrate or to bring parts of their colonies to Texas. That bill was not supported. It was never passed. But one of the people who came over and did support the bill was Alphonse de Bois de Saligny. He was a French diplomat for the Republic of Texas, and he and his family were actually given an area, a piece of land near Austin, where they were able to migrate and build on. And that home that they built and lived in is now a museum. It's called the French Legation State Historic Site, and you can locate it here off the 35 in Austin. It's also online if you wanted to look at it. Some of the greatest contributors to the art district of Texas or our art history were the Menils. I was very familiar with their contribution living in Houston because they do have several projects there, which I'm going to show you. But this is Mr. and Miss Menil. One of their contributions is the Rothko Chapel. It's a gorgeous little chapel that's located in Houston. It's non-denominational, and they were French natives. It was John and Dominique de Menil. They fled here from France and lived in Houston or stayed in Houston. The Menils also contributed the Menil Collection. It's a free art exhibit in Houston, and this is it here. and you're able to go there and look at all of the work that they have contributed, with at no charge, any day that they're open, which is really cool. It's in the art district. You can also go to many other museums, and they have days that there's a bunch of free shows there as well for all the museums. And I just thought that it was really cool that, they contributed this to us, um, in Texas, because it's a really large, awesome exhibit. And that is all my contributions, for the French Texas. Thank you.